Now, when I say this, I'm not saying I'm not a Chase Elliott fan. That's not what I mean. That doesn't mean I don't want to be a Chase Elliott fan. There's a reason I wear this hat. There's a reason that I felt the way I felt last night, and it was a very sad feeling. But if I knew back in 2015 or 2016, when Carl Edwards unfortunately left the sport, and I needed a new favorite driver, and when I picked Chase Elliott, if I knew that this was going to be the thing, I don't know if I would have picked him. And the reason being is just because the emotional roller coaster that is the career of Chase Elliott. Like, just Wednesday, I was pissed off. Last night, I was damn near crying. It was sad, man. And yeah, I mean, it's just a emotional roller coaster, and I'm glad to be a Chase Elliott fan. I'm proud to be a Chase Elliott fan, but at the same time, man, it's just if I knew it was going to take this much of an emotional toll, I don't know if I would have been. I don't know if I would have picked it back then. But I just want to get that off my chest. Let's go ahead and get into today's video.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the.
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we will be recapping the Coca-Cola 600. And there's actually not much to really recap about the race, but there is some other stuff we need to talk about. But make sure you like if you guys enjoy, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. I kind of did my hands wrong. I don't even know why I do the hands. It's probably annoying, but I do it anyways. But the Coke 600, it stirred a lot of controversy, so we got to get into that. But I want to say, you are probably noticing that this is a very late upload, or just late and everybody probably already posted their race recap. That is because I was exhausted at 6 o'clock when the race started, so you can't imagine how exhausted I was 6 hours later when the race ended, and on top of that, I was pretty depressed because Chase Elliott, but so I decided it probably would not be best. I'd just be like a robot, half asleep the entire time, so I figured it would just be best to wait until the morning, recollect my thoughts, which was a good idea because I actually do have a new perspective on that finish. So, and on top of Jimmy Johnson, failing post-race inspection, but so I am kind of glad I did that because I do have a new perspective on things. I'm not as pissed off at Alan Gustafson on the call, and all of that. So we'll just have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. What do you have to wait and see for? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So if you guys watched my last video, you know I have an FBI agent clicking shit, and I did my entire race recap, which is not like a lot. It's not a lot to recap, but and it stopped recording, and I kind of like messed up, so I've now have to redo the. I could have just edited it out, but I don't feel like editing it out. I don't know why, but yeah. So there's that. So Kurt Busch led the first part of the race, and then I think it was about 50 laps, and the rain delay came out. After the rain delay, Alex Bowman took 2 tires on the caution and then was able to lead the rest of the stage. And then stage 2 was a snooze fest. Alex Bowman led the entire stage start to finish and just pulled away from MTJ. And then a lot of people on Twitter started going crazy, saying, no, we need to get rid of this package. This is terrible. I want to keep this pretty short and simple. Bad races happen on whatever package, whatever year, whatever generation you go to. You're going to find bad races. It happens. You cannot have a 36 race schedule packed with interesting races throughout. All the races are interesting throughout the entire race, and a start to finish interesting. You're not going to have that for 36 races. There are going to be boring races on whatever package, whatever year, whatever generation you go to. I reiterate that. You're not going to find interesting races throughout the entire time. You're going to find snooze fest. This was one of them. Get over it, and let's move on. Anyways, to finish the race recap here, I got a little off track there. MTJ led, I believe, most of stage 3, but then a late stage caution would cause for some strategy to be played. Joey Logano took 2. He would win the stage. I think Alex Bowman kind of almost got him, but then got really loose and fell back. But then we get into the final stage, and I forget how it started. I think MTJ was probably leading at the start or something like that. No, maybe it was Joey Logano. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a while. Anyways, so then I remember everybody was saying Jimmy Johnson had a good chance. It was on the final restart of what we thought was the final restart, and he had a really great chance. Cliff Daniels blew it by picking the outside. I know what he was thinking. He was thinking Chase was going to push him. No, I knew as soon as he said that it wasn't going to work out because Oscar was going to get the lead, and that's what happened. Chase Elliott had a fast car. I could tell because he was actually, if this race went green from the beginning of the stage, he could have actually caught up to Truex. I don't think it would have happened, but it could have. He was really fast. Anyways, so Chase would pass Keselowski after like 10-ish laps. Wow, a pass for the lead, who would have thought? And obviously he had a lot faster car. Looked like he was going to win. And then William Byron decides he would press the below the tire button, ruin Chase's race. I know he didn't. It was sarcasm. I just need to stop being sarcastic because people will take that for real. Anyways, so Byron brings out the last caution. He probably just got beat up by Chase and Hendrick. I would honestly beat him up. I don't even care if he's my teammate. I would beat his ass. Anyways, so then the caution comes out and the big controversial decision is made. Chase Elliott pits with 2 to go. It's an impossible decision. If you stay out, everybody pits. If you pit, a couple people go with you. I mean, maybe 5 people stay out. I just don't think it's the best. I think if you would have stayed out and everybody pit, we'd be having the same conversation about how they should have pit. So I just don't think it's really fair to hate on Alan Gustafson. Many other crew chiefs have made the same mistake. It's an impossible decision. So I'm not really going to hate on Alan Gustafson for that. There is no right answer. And to be fair, he finished second. So it's not like, or third technically, Jimmy Johnson failed post-race inspection. But he finished third from 11th. He was obviously driving pissed off. One more lap, he probably would have got him. But that's just how it works, and that's just how being a Chase Elliott fan works. We're just cursed, and I know, again, I myself was hating on the decision last night. Woke up with a new perspective. It happens to everybody, and you just got to move on. I did find it interesting. Kyle Busch went straight to Chase Elliott and talked to him. Not sure what it was about. Maybe he was just saying it's happened to him a bunch, and impossible decision. Kyle Busch actually did pit on that, and I'm not sure if he was just trying to do it in good faith of Chase or something, but all in all, he did pit in that. I'm not really sure why. If I was Kyle Busch in that situation, I would have stayed out, but maybe just trying something different. I mean, if there was another caution, which I was praying for, I think Chase Elliott would have won. But unfortunately, that was not the case. It did not happen, so we didn't get to see that play out. Alright, so here are your results. Brad Keselowski obviously won the race. I mean, he obviously wasn't the most deserving. He didn't have the fastest, but I don't really care. I'm not like a Keselowski fan, but I'm not a Keselowski hater, so kudos to him to getting it done. He was the one that stayed out and got into the leading position, so clearly if Chase would have been there, if everything stayed the same, Chase stayed, he would have won, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But second place, Chase Elliott. Jimmy Johnson failed post-race inspection, but I will still talk about his race in a little bit. Chase Elliott second. I mean, I don't know. I'm just happy he ended up getting a good finish. If he would have gotten a bad finish, I probably would have been more mad. But obviously, after finishing 38th and now finishing second, that's a big flip. It's a good points day. He got 49 points, so I'm not going to complain. I am mad that he didn't win, but it is what it is. You get used to it as a Chase fan. Ryan Blaney finished third. Wait, Blaney finished Did I put that right? I feel like I put somebody else. Okay, Blaney finished third. I don't know how. I'm not going to act like I know how, but he finished third. So shout out to Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, he was somebody who would, slowly gain positions on the run. I felt like he would somehow sneak his way into the top 5 by the end of the stage or at some point in the race. But he would start out in 10th and just slowly make his way through the field. And I feel like because he went for a lot more downforce might be the reason why. I do remember watching qualifying, and he was like 4 miles per hour slower than Jimmy, but maybe they kind of sped him up a little bit, took a little downforce out, but still was a higher downforce car than most others. I don't know, but he just seemed to methodically make his way through the field, and that's a pretty good strategy. So third place, great finish for him. He had a rough Darlington week. I don't know. I feel like Darlington's not one of his better tracks, so I feel like that kind of contributed to it. But that's something we like to see from Blaney, is a solid finish. But moving on, Kyle Busch. I don't really know what happened to Kyle Busch. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been a day, so some of my views on him might be shaky. I think he was just basically a top 10 car all day. Kind of got in the top 5 probably for a little bit. Kevin Harvick, 5th place. He was out of the top 10 for most of the day. He was actually pretty bad all day, but probably just got up there on old tires. He didn't get any stage points, so not a great day for Kevin Harvick, but a good finish. MTJ, he was the class of the field for the second part of the race. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get it done. I pretty much expected him to get it done, but he did not, unfortunately, and got 6th place. Kurt Busch, 7th place. He started out up front, but once he got into dirty air, his car died, and he was barely in the top 20. Worked his way back up to 7th for the finish, so that's always good to see. Tyler Reddick, 8th place. He was in the top 5 for the beginning, kind of faded out of the top 10, came back into the top 10. Solid 8th place finish for the rookie. We'll talk about Actually, we don't have to. I mean, yeah. Christopher Bell, 9th. We'll talk about his day in the rookie report. I already actually talked about Tyler Reddick's day, so we won't talk about that. But Christopher Bell, he was in and out of the top 15, I would say. He was around that kind of area, and a 9th place finish is really great. Chris Buescher, 10th place. I'm not sure where he came from, but he got 10th place. Eric Jones, 11th place. He was actually a top 5 car, I would say, but I'm not really sure what happened. I feel like I think he had contact with another car. I think that really slowed him down. Cole Custer, 12th. Solid day for him. Joey Logano, 13th. He was up front for a little bit, but wasn't able to get the job done. He won a stage, too. He won stage 3. Austin Dillon, 14th. I do want to talk about Austin Dillon because I have been hating on Austin Dillon a lot throughout his career. He's had a solid start to this season. I can't just say he keeps it up, he's looking good. No, he has been doing pretty good throughout the year. He was in the top 10 throughout the race more than not. I'm assuming this late restart just made him fall out, unfortunately. But still, a great race for Austin Dillon. I hate saying it as much as I hate to say it. I don't hate the guy. But I mean, if he keeps it up, he could be a playoff contender, and I'm happy. I'm happy to see the 3, doing well. Happy to see Austin doing well, but he just hasn't been. And I, used to call him out on that. But if he keeps this up, this new, not his new, but his old crew chief, I can't remember his name at the moment, but if he's able to, keep this performance out of Austin Dillon, he's another playoff contender. There's a lot of playoff contenders coming out of the woodworks. But anyways, Eric Almirola, I'm not sure how his day went. Jean Hunter Nemechek, I feel like he was just kind of chilling outside the top 20 for most of the day, but a 16th place finish in that equipment is pretty good, I would say. You got to remember, he is not in really great equipment. I mean, I guess McDowell did finish 18th, but all in all, I do feel like every race in and race out, he's getting the most out of that equipment, no matter where he finishes. So, 17th, Matty Benedetto, he tried some strategy, led some laps, and unfortunately, it didn't work out in the end. 19th place, Alex Bowman. Wait, he finished? Oh, because Jimmy Johnson fell back. I bet Alex Bowman fans are pissed. I mean, him and Byron are actually going to be on the front row for the start of the next race. So that's going to be interesting to see. Because Bowman, we know Bowman's fast, so I feel like he's probably going to go out to a really great lead, and Byron as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. We got Alex Bowman, William Byron, and then Michael McDowell and Matty Benedetto. I'm actually kind of interested for this start. Anyways, moving on. Ross Chastain, 21st. I don't know. I remember he almost wrecked MTJ once. Ryan Preece, 22nd. There's not really any, let's go down. Matt Kenseth, he was fast. He was up front for a little bit, and I think he has great starts, but he's still getting into the endurance of races, and it didn't help. This was a 600-mile race, so, but still, not a solid race. But he wrecked out in I think stage 3. But still, same with Ryan Newman here. Daniel Suarez, 28th. I don't know what happened to him. Denny Hamlin finished 29th. He had an issue at the beginning of the race. It basically ended his race, and the fact that he finished 29th is actually pretty good. He started the race 8 laps down or something like that. So not a great race, not a happy race from him. But if we go all the way down to Jimmy Johnson in 40th, he was disqualified, and that is not a good thing in the slightest for Jimmy Johnson fans, because he actually got 2nd place but finished 40th. That's a big points jump. So unfortunate for Jimmy Johnson, but I don't know what to tell you. And earning the lowest left turn rating in the history of left turn ratings, Charlotte Coke 600 gets a 0.5 out of 10, and the only reason it gets a 0.5 is because if Matty Benedetto leads, it automatically gets a 0.5 rating added to it. That's something new I added in the middle of the race because I was bored. I don't know. It's kind of a joke, I guess. It's not really like serious. I mean, I will do it if Matty Benedetto leads a lap. It gets automatically 0.5 added to it. So just if Matty Benedetto didn't lead a lap, Jesus, it would be a 0 out of 10. Easily the most boring race of the year. And again, as I defend the package, I acknowledge this was a very boring race. I fell asleep in stage 3. I understand. And yeah, it was a pretty boring race. No good racing. I mean, there was the occasional battle for the lead, but it didn't last over a lap or two. So unfortunately, we just didn't have that good of a race. And like I said earlier in the video, please don't hate on the package as much on this. You can if it's a string of races. Like I said, just after one race, just lay off it a little bit. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody has a bad race. Packages can have bad races. And now for our rookie report here, Tyler Reddick, once again the highest finishing rookie in 8th place. Like I said earlier, he was in the top 10 pretty much all day long. He started in the RCR cars were pretty fast, and I don't think I've said that in many years. Christopher Bell, 9th. He's starting to string together. I said this back at Darlington. If he can just string together a couple solid top 10 finishes or just outside the top 10, that's all this team needs. They're having struggles. I actually do think he almost fell off the lead lap or something because he had an issue. I think he spun or something like that. But he was able to, really great save by Christopher Bell. And you know what? It worked out. He got a 9th place finish. If he keeps this up, now he's starting to creep his way back into Rookie of the Year conversation. Cole Custer, a solid day in 12th. Again, I don't know where he was, but a solid day in 12th. Not complaining there. You know, you just like seeing solid days. I mean, it's not like the Xfinity Series where you can dominate. You know, it's going to take some time. John Nemechek, 16th. Like I said, I feel like he gets everything out of his car. I think he probably had a 20th place car and finished 16th. He just, with Nemechek, it's hard telling because he's not in the best equipment. He's not in nearly as good as equipment as either of the 3 other rookies, but he's still somewhat on the same level as them. Solid top 20 day from John Nemechek. As I say, right now, Reddick's in the lead. I'd say Bell and Nemechek are about the same because remember, Bell had a terrible start of the year. You can't forget about his terrible start to the year, but Nemechek has just been consistent throughout the year, except for the Darlington wreck. And then Custer's obviously up there as well. It's just they're just all over the place. But the one consistent has been Tyler Reddick. And if it wasn't under a point system, I would say with full confidence that Reddick will be your Rookie of the Year. But there is like some point system, so unfortunately, a gimmick. And if there was voting, I think Tyler Reddick would probably be the unanimous Rookie of the Year at the moment. There's still a lot of racing left in the season, and a lot can change. But that's all I got for today. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below your guys' thoughts. I'm sure I pissed off a lot of people with my opinion on the 2019 package. Sorry, I don't hate the package. I don't hate on a lot of stuff, so there's that. And yeah, let me know if you guys disagree. If you guys do, please let me know. Please, I wanna see why you guys disagree. And that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.